Doing a cardboard address rock, and as always, I start out with a scaled 2D silhouette cutout. Let's go step by step and see the process.
I have my original piece that I started with. The only thing I did was I cut out a shape like this, and then I added it to this sheet because I need these tabs. They're going this way because there's going to be a 3-inch rock. This rock comes out towards you 3 inches, where these two rocks come this way 3 inches. So I'm going to use a strip that's 3 inches wide to start from right here and go up and over and back down again, and then I'll put this face on, which is right here, and that'll give me my 3-inch pop out on this side. And then I've turned this around now. There's no tabs here. There's tabs all the way around the outside except for these. So I put these on so I'd have the tab to be able to screw to. And then I cut out an identical sheet for this side that's going to give me this rock. And then I'll have a strip that's 3 inches wide that'll start from here all the way up and over and down that. So again, this rock pops out this way, this rock pops out that way, and you'll see it here in a minute. Okay, so just by putting the edges on the beginning, I could stand it up straight. This is all just got the edges on it. I'm going to put a bottom piece on each rock, and then the sides, you know, that are over here cut, ready to go up. I'm going to put a bottom on this one, and then the side. And then it just need taped, and we'll start the mudding tomorrow. So looking forward to it. Stick with me, guys. All right, so she's all put together now and ready for mud. I think I'll just tape it all up. I don't even really need to. It's pretty stout and it stands up by itself. The only other consideration I have right now is the tip factor, and I'll mud it with a base that'll give it a flat base to where I can put it in the ground, put a little soil over it, and it'll hold it up. Okay, so it's the next day, and this thing is dry and very tough to put down on it. So, I just laid it on the grinder. Oh, God. Anyway, very tough the next day. Fiber reinforced cement. Right now, I did a little just to see my skill on painting, and my tree's leaning just a little bit. But then I stenciled on. I made a stencil for this. I'm going to grind this down just to knock the edges of the edge down and get all the fiber down, because in here this will be the actual carve out surface, and I don't want it bumpy. I want it smooth in here, so I'm going to hit this more gingerly, but getting ready to grind it. Stick with me. Okay, I'm putting a thin texture coat on the first rock because the second rock I'm going to build out to where it looks like there's definition between the two rocks, that there is two rocks. And I can carve out some more after I'm done, but right now I'm going to move the camera just for your vantage point. And this is the opposite edge that I just did, but here there's no crack, and these are two separate pieces, and I can't grind or cut now or trowel when I put the mud on, because it's just got to get enough. I put this on about a 1/2 inch thick to make it structural, and it is. Okay, now this one has in it already a nice, what appears to be two separate pieces, and again I'm going to come in and chip that a little bit so it's not so perfect. Okay, so just pulling this way just a little bit and then kind of releasing that. You can see that this piece looks separate from this, and that's the illusion we want to create. This has already got some texture on it, and I'm not going to go crazy with the texture. This is pretty rough texture, but I still have the opportunity to butter it down. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm just taking a paintbrush on the more older stuff and just trying to brush it in a little bit. Nothing major, just give it a brush in. And now I'm going to let it set up a little bit more, maybe an hour or two, until it's dry-ish, and then I'll come by and chisel it. Okay, I was just putting the stencil up there. I forgot I should show you. So I made this little stencil so where I could spray it, and then the mud is drying right now, so I'll wait, and then I'll carve it out. But right now, you can see that this has got a rough edge. I just took the paintbrush and daubed it around the edges. You know, you can see right there where I did, and I'm still going to do some carving in here, but it's way too wet. But I wanted to get this started because it's setting up. Just you don't want to wait till it's too hard. You want to carve it out when it's somewhat wet. But anyway, all the way around right now, it's looking like some rock, some slab stone, you know, flagstone, whatever. It's pretty good, thick. And all I'm going to do is just gonna take a razor knife and just cut in if it's dry enough, and just push in, separating. There you go. That's pretty thick, guys. All right, that's got the letters carved out now, and we're right in the, I mean, you're close up, and you can see a little jaggedness here, but once that's dry, I can touch it up. Now, I've had in the past the centers of the zeros or the eights, the little 4, like when I do A's, that kind of little thing can drop off. Just throw some more mud in there, let it dry for a little bit, carve it again. Okay, so this morning all the texture mix is dry. I spent some time yesterday just taking the 2-inch brush, which I don't see right now, and just daubing the edges. And the edges are pretty good. They're not like, this one area is probably the worst right here as far as just being consistent. But we're going to take and chip it up a little bit. Yesterday I dug this out with a awl, a little like, it's like a toothpick screwdriver, and I dug that out. But today we're going to chip this edge. Now, I could have done it when it was wet or drying, but it's a better break, it's a better chip if you do it with the little welder's hammer. Came by and just did this just to give it a little, and then you don't have to do it everywhere, but it looks good just to take a little chip here and there. Just makes the edge a little more believable. The other thing I'm going to do is just go by and just literally knock down any area that's sticking out a little bit too much on the face. I just go by and just knock down anything that's sticking out or a little rough. Okay, first color is a rust. It's a lighter rust orange, and it's 6 waters to 1 paint. Okay, we got some 12 waters to 1 paint. The next color is a tan, just a light tan, and it's 3 to 1, 3 waters to 1 paint. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a bit. I'm gonna make several passes with that tan, the rust tan. Again, the rust tan is 1 part of orange to 3 parts of the tan paint. And then once you have that paint in hand, then it's a 4 to 1 dilution rate with water. Water 4, paint 1. Second pass of the tan. Okay, so I got the white on, but that is pretty much a done deal. It'll wear as soon as I get some sealer on it, it'll look better. So stick with me. I'm going to get it sealed now and then start painting the letters.
All right, well, that's got the 8450 painted in there now. Now I got to do my little trees over here. Okay, I thought I had the camera on when I did my little trees, but it's probably best that I didn't, because old Bob Ross wouldn't have been a big fan, wouldn't have been too appreciative of my, I didn't make happy trees. I wasn't all nice and everything. I was actually using some explicitives, so you guys probably didn't want to hear all that. But anyway, it's all painted. Now I just got to seal it. I was going to seal it before I put that on, but I decided just to get after it, let the paint dry, and now I'm going to seal it. So stick with me, guys. All right, did a little grading here. Gonna put some leaves over it here, maybe, I don't know. But it's installed and looking good. Hey, if you guys like the video, like it, subscribe, share, and I appreciate you following me. Thanks a lot, guys.